Hi, everybody. It's Pastor Jay coming at you from Starbucks, almost live here in Muskego, Wisconsin. And I have somebody I want to introduce to you and have you get to know a little bit. Her name is Ashley Alalor. And Ashley is somebody I've come to know over the last several weeks. And it's just been a joy to get to know her. And I just wanted you to get to know her as well. So, Ashley, if you could just tell us a little bit about your story and about your background, that would be awesome.
My name is Ashley Alalor. I'm 26 years old, currently living in Muskego, where I was raised most of my life. I have a 5-year-old daughter, Ellie, and I've recently been diagnosed with osteosarcoma.
So I know you got that diagnosis in early June, and obviously it was coming out of nowhere in many senses. I know you, up until that point, were at a place where you were working a couple of different jobs and to support you and your daughter, and then came some health problems. Could you describe what happened, how you came to know you even had a health issue?
Yeah, I was living on my own with my boyfriend and daughter in West Dallas, where she was attending school, and I had been having some back problems, and my primary physician had recommended me to go to physical therapy they had diagnosed me for having a pinched sciatic nerve. My insurance wasn't going to cover an MRI until the end of June, and I spent weeks in physical therapy and nothing was changing, nothing was getting any better. And on June 7th, I fell at work and wound up at Freighter, where they did an x-ray of my hip, and it came back with just, in an x-ray, all they could see was just that there was something blurry, something blocking what was supposed to be there. So then they said that I needed to have an urgent MRI, which I had that following week, and got the results back very quickly that it was a tumor, and they believed it to be cancerous. And within a week, I was at a surgeon, meeting with them, meeting with an oncologist, having a scan done of my whole body, where they did find that it's only in one place, so that's a blessing in itself. And a CAT scan of my lungs, because that's where they said it metastasizes to first. My lungs are clear, my body's clear, so the tumor's there. It's large, but they're pretty optimistic about their treatment plan and surgery process for it.
I can't even imagine the thought. Probably the last thing you thought of would be that it would be cancer or something like that.
They even said when I was at Freighter, when they got the x-ray back, that there's a possibility that it could be a tumor, but most likely it's probably just this. They had some fancy cyst word, like it's just going to be nothing. And so they planted the thought that, there's the possibility that that's what it is, but most likely probably not. And then to go from most likely probably not to that's what it is.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. And I know that they put together a treatment plan for you that's very aggressive. And my understanding is there's going to be chemo treatments, in which you've already done one. Could you just describe the treatment you're going to have to go through each time?
Their plan for me is to have 4 chemo treatments, then surgery, and then 4 more. My chemo is inpatient at St. Luke's. Each chemo session is about 48 hours long, and then I stay for however long it takes me to recover afterwards.
And then the plan would be at some point to obviously remove the tumor.
4 treatments out.
Okay, so 4 treatments and then go in and get that thing out of there. Yeah. Well, I know one of the obviously it's been a huge blessing for me to even be able to get to know you, and one of the things I've come to know is that through this process, it seems like you are leaning towards God in a new way, at least from the little I've been able to gather before. Could you just describe that, of how you feel like your faith and how you feel like your relationship with God or pursuing God, what your mindset is as far as you and God through this whole journey?
You caught me off guard on that one. I just feel comforted by readings and it's just comforting to know that he's there and with me, and it's just something that helps me get through every day. My Jesus Calling book is like my greatest gift ever. Those passages are awesome every single day. They're like point on almost every day. I'm like, wow. When I read them, sometimes it's like you just know what I need right now, and it's just very comforting.
Thank you for sharing that. And I know it's true. I know we've been in touch pretty consistently since, the last couple of weeks, and so I've been being diligent in reading that devotion because I know you're reading it. And boy, there's a couple times we said, "Oh my gosh, this couldn't be more on point." And part of me is thinking, okay, I know how much God loves Ashley. I know how much he would do anything for her, and he's going to be with her. Could he have possibly even spoken through the authors of that for Ashley, assigning that date to it? And I know it's possible because that's how much he loves all of us, which is just it is an incredible thought, and it's been encouraging to me to see that you're pursuing him and hoping to grow in him and depending on him through this, because that's what he would want. He's there for you, for sure. As we try to embrace you, I'm going to be talking to the congregation about continuing to support you and to try to make a difference in your life also. Are there any ways that you can think of that would be good to pray for you for?
Just for strength. I feel like sometimes I put on a big show of how strong I am, but sometimes I'm really weak inside. So just a lot of strength mentally and physically for this process and journey.
Absolutely. Well, we will pray. We're going to pray for your complete healing. We're going to pray for strength, God's peace, and for you just to continue to grow in relationship with him and continue every day to see how amazing he is, to see the blessings through this journey, because I know he's going to. I've sensed ever since meeting Ashley that I was supposed to make a difference and that our church was supposed to be involved in a recovery. And so I'm just going to ask all you guys that we would open our hearts and our minds to surrounding Ashley and her beautiful little daughter and her boyfriend and her family in this journey, that we can be the hands and feet of Jesus and that we can love them and be there for them in any possible way that God would call us to. Ashley, thanks so much for taking a few minutes with us, and we look so forward to embracing you as you fight this fight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.